Today we chat to radio and TV host KARABO NTSHWENG. She started her TV career on a kids and teen program called Yo TV, and thereafter discovered her love for radio. Formerly on another Joburg-based station, KARABO has moved to a prime-time slot on 5FM. Yabakel, welcome to the Loft, KARABO.
Hey, thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Shine on, sis. You know, this is what I love to see. Progression in the right way moving forward. Now, girl, let's start from the beginning. Okay, what attracted you to be a part of this particular radio station?
Oh man, I think 5FM has always been a dream. I remember on campus radio, we always spoke about the stations that we wanted to go to, because obviously when you're on campus radio, the dream is to make it to a commercial radio station, right? And 5 has always been there. Not my first commercial radio home, but now that I'm finally there, it's absolutely incredible. It's definitely been a bucket list, dream list station. I mean, it's a youth station, always on the pulse of all things hip and young, and that is relevant to South African young people. And so I think it's such a perfect fit, and I'm so happy to be a part of the lineup.
You know, KARABO, I'm so glad that you spoke about it being the perfect fit. There has to be a lot that has to be said for someone who is confident in themselves, knows their power, knows their strength, and knows that their talent needs to be right up there with the best of the best. So how much backing yourself needed to happen through this whole process?
Sure, radio is so cutthroat. I think entertainment as a whole, or a creative industry, I mean, you know it. You know what I'm saying? Being on TV right now. And every single day, you kind of need to remind yourself of your talent and remind yourself why you get up every day and do what you do. So it's a lot of positive self-talk. And I think so often, and someone very close to me mentioned this to me the other day, and like, you need to be kinder to yourself and say kinder words to yourself, because I think even when you are the most positive person and you're always kind of hyping yourself up and doing the best you can and all of that, and like just kind of smiling through life positively, you're not like that every day. We're human beings, right? And sometimes we're feeling a little bit negative, or we're not feeling at our best, and we sometimes aren't the kindest to ourselves, and we don't say kind, affirming words to ourselves. But I think it's very important for one to keep reminding themselves about how talented they are, why they do what they do. And I think that's me having to remind myself every single day. It's been amazing waking up early, and waking up with so many South Africans. I mean, it's my first time on national radio, so that's a big difference. In the 10 years that I've done radio on campus, and my first commercial radio home, that was Joburg-based, but now I get to, you know, connect with South Africans from all over, and people even outside of the country that want to feel like they're at home and they tune in the morning, and it's been absolutely amazing.
I've been following your journey and watching you create absolute fire since you were like an itty-bitty little baby on Yo TV, and now you're this fully grown woman, confident in herself, and brings straight heat whenever she touches the radio. So, you know, how has your experience from being a childhood star molded you for the incredible career you're holding down now in radio?
You know, doing TV when I was younger, honestly, I think prepared me for my career now. I think sometimes we don't always reflect on just how much we learned as kids, like doing TV, because like being on TV when you're a kid is quite a hectic thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you already have to develop thick skin there. You're being teased. You know, kids are SMSing in while you're doing a live TV show and saying the meanest things to you. Like, oh my, I mean, I remember one time I was doing a live show and a braid fell off. And the kids had me the whole show, talking about how I should change my stylist and this and that. So like, you already develop such a thick skin then, and I think that's where my thick skin developed. And then what also happens is, I think, you know, we were surrounded by people that guided us so much. So in terms of being like humble, in terms of being respectful of the people that you work with, in terms of working hard, in terms of never, you know, believing in your own hype. So all of that has kind of molded me into the person that I am today. And that's why I still, you know, respect the people that I work with. Still, you know, treat so many people around me with kindness, and understand that our industry is such a collaborative space, and that you're not bigger than anybody else.
That part. Louder for the people at the back. You know, a few weeks ago, we did speak to Lasizwe about cyberbullying. You've already touched on being in front of the camera at a young age. People had that R1.50 to SMS. So, you know, they were there with their Twitter fingers, you know, sending you the absolute craziness. via digital platforms. So, you know, how have you then, knowing that you have to become this positive person and keep moving forward, you know, within adapting to the digital openness of the industry, then being able to connect, continue to push and inspire everyone that follows you?
You know, I really think it's, when it comes to cyberbullying or navigating your life in terms of the digital space, it's really like, you need to think about it this way. Would you, in your own, just in normal life, right, would you say that publicly to your friends, to your family, to people that you care with? And if the answer is no, would you proudly say that in front of, you know, your mom or your dad or people that you respect? No, you wouldn't. So don't do it online. You know what I'm saying? And as much as it sometimes gets a little bit difficult to discern what's right and what's wrong and how to behave online and all of that, I really think it's really just about asking yourself the question like, is this right? Like just thinking a little bit twice. And that's how I've learned to navigate the online space. And I think it's also important to just ignore the negativity. I think sometimes we just gaslight each other a lot. You know what I mean? You want to react because we're human beings. You know, somebody says something and you want to react quickly and you want to, you know, just quickly type away. Sometimes I'm thinking, just leave your phone.
You know, Karabo, on that same note, you know, we're still within Youth Month. So what message do you have for the South African youths right now? And what do you think is the most important lesson that you've learned whilst growing?
Sure. I think, you know, this Youth Month has been particularly one that I've reflected on quite a lot because I have been very aware of the challenges that we're dealing currently. Like as much as, you know, it's important for us to commemorate the youth of 76 and acknowledge the challenges that we have, they had. It's so scary to realize that we're still fighting similar challenges right now, such as racial discrimination. We're still, you know, fighting for the lives of women. We're literally now, you know, not standing for gender-based violence anymore, and that's a struggle too. We still have so many young people unemployed. We still have racial discrimination in schools. Like, can you believe it? It's been 44 years since the Soweto uprising, but here we are, and we're fighting racism in private schools, fighting,
it's almost
you know,
frustrating.
racism in normal schools, in work institutions. So it's a very challenging time to be a young South African, but I think what I do is carry the spirit of the youth of 76, and I'm so blessed to also be in a space where I'm surrounded by young people who are thriving, who are adapting, who are innovative, who also want to fight, who are calling out bad behavior, and who are not waiting for the future. We are the future is now. And I just love that young people today are the ones taking a stand and being the ones, you know, making a difference. And I think that's what's so special about young people in our country right now, that even despite the challenges that we're faced with, look at us. You know what I mean? Look at us still thriving through this pandemic. Look at us calling out bad behavior. Look at us, you know, not being okay with being paid less because I'm a woman. You know what I mean? Look at us not being okay with surrounding ourselves with people that are perpetrators of gender-based violence, you know, for example, and calling that out. So I think it's a challenging time to be a young person, but such an incredible time too. And I think we need to just continue the fight. In all aspects, we cannot back down.
I mean, Karabo, if I were to wake up at 4 a.m. just to listen to you on 5FM, is this the kind of passion that I'll be hearing? Is this the kind of vuma that I can expect?
I'm not always so serious, I promise. Sometimes it's really just fun vibes, easing you into the day, fitness-related content, fun-related content too, awesome music as well. But sometimes when it's time to get serious, it's time to get serious. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's so lovely about the platform that I have, and why I think it's so important for me to use it responsibly. When people tune into the radio, they want to be informed and they want to be entertained and have an emotional connection with you. And I remember all three of those things every single time I switch on the mic. So you'll be informed, you'll be entertained, and we'll connect and have a good time.
I'm looking forward to that connection. Karabo, I'm so obsessed with you. Thank you so much for taking up space within the radio and TV industry. We need bold people like you that are leading the way and, you know, setting it on fire as you do so. We appreciate you, Siswam, and I'll definitely be waking up early, 4 a.m. on 5FM, just to be listening to you.
Thank you so much for having me. Palesa, keep doing the great work that you do, and I will stay tuned to you all the time, boo.
Yes, queen. I love it all. I love that energy. I love the love. South Africa, if you love it too, along with me, head over to social media and just flood up Karabo's DMs with words of congratulation. Congratulate yourself, boo. I congratulate me. Congratulate.
Thank you, my love. Looking
Bye.
forward to hearing you tuning in. Thanks so much for having me.
Cheers.
Bye.